Now I'm going to make a few more changes to the spreadsheet to improve the look of the spreadsheet. I'm going to center these column headings, and I can do that by going to the Alignment group on the Home tab. And again, there's a dialog box that I can open. There are some shortcuts to, for example, centering the text, but I do want to show you that there is much more options available on these dialog boxes. Now I can, of course, choose my vertical alignment, which is for centering. And if I wanted to, I can even change the angle of this text to a few degrees. Let's say 30 degrees or so, maybe 28. We'll hit OK. And now my text has been rotated and centered. But I can't really see it very well. But if I double click on the space between two rows, it expands to be as tall as it needs to. I can also do a little bit of extra formatting here on the font group. So while I can normally choose a different font from my drop-down list, I can also change its size. But there are actually many more formatting options available, again, in the dialog box. So I can choose my font type, my style, which is usually bold or italic or regular, and as well as the size. But I have also the option for underlined text. I can change the color of the text, so let's improve the look of this spreadsheet a little bit. And I can also choose effects such as superscript or subscript or strike through. Color change is good enough as it is for now, so there I've selected some colors. And I'm actually, you know what, I'm not too happy with the alignment on that one, so I'm going to bring this back down to 0 degrees. Add some underlining, and that can also be done on the font dialog box, and choose the border tab. So of course, notice that I'm in the same dialog box, they're just different tabs. But now when I'm in the border dialog box or the border tab, I can choose a line style, and then I can actually place lines in different locations. So maybe I want double lines to appear between each of the cells that I've selected. And if I click again, then it removes the line. But what I will do is I'll place slightly darker lines on the bottom and double underlines in the middle. And in fact, I'm going to put outlines all around the cells. So there's a lot of options here that you can choose as well, including changing the color for underlines. So when I hit OK, you can see that I've got some pretty nifty outlines for my cells. Just to make things a little more impressive, I can also just select all of the cells, and I can even choose a fill color for the background of this text. And as I move colors around, you can see that I have a preview in the background of what the colors will look like. So I'll choose this pale blue, and I can do a slightly different formatting to the cells underneath it, maybe a pale gray. There, now our spreadsheet is starting to look a little more impressive. Well, I got this title here. I'm going to fix this title up a little bit too. I'm going to improve the size, maybe not that big. And there's a little neat feature here. I'm going to select all these cells. Now notice the text is actually in B1, but it kind of overflows all the other cells. And what happens is if I type something in C2, then it makes the text that was in B1 disappear. So what I'm actually going to do is I can select all the cells that are going to be in place of my title, and there's actually an option here called Merge and Center. So when I click Merge and Center, I actually get all of the cells removed. And now, this is actually cell A1, and my text is in cell A1. And now the cell B1 or C1 or D1 don't exist in my spreadsheet anymore. But it's actually a nice little formatting option for me. And we can make those kinds of changes. I've done a lot of work with the spreadsheet for now, so I'm going to save it. There's a little save icon in the top left-hand corner beside the Office button. Or I could also choose Office button and click Save. Or I can hit Control S by holding down the Control key and pressing S, and it will save the file.